So welcome to another edition of what I call is actually tips and tricks from Blue Dots Consultancy Services. I'm going to be spontaneous, so maybe there are a few places where you need to do editing and all that. Bear it on that. So we get a lot of requests from a lot of people asking us to share a few tips and tricks of how to import Word document. We're going to talk on specifically on Adobe RoboHelp, which has been in the industry and market leader for the last 20 years, especially in Adobe in technical publications. And I'm going to talk on Adobe RoboHelp. I have been a trainer, and before that, I have the privilege of working on this Adobe RoboHelp for the last 10 years. So Adobe RoboHelp software primarily is designed for developing help system. You're talking about e-learning content, something like policies and procedures, knowledge bases and all that. It has got a very enhanced editing and layout capabilities, which creates a very professional looking content. And with this multi-screen HTML5 and ebook layout today, Adobe provides you to write author content, edit content, publish content in various other responsive design and all that. So what we decide to do today is we're going to talk a little bit about and share you suggestions and tricks on how to import Word document to RoboHelp. Keep in mind that if you need a full coverage of the video, or if you want to talk to me directly, my coordinates are available on our website bluedotsconsultancy.com. But I'm just going to share a quick sort of a thing at how do we import and what are the things that we need to keep it in mind. So if you see the screen that is displayed on my desk at this moment of time, so what we are doing is that we have four points that we are actually going to work around this thing: managing the RoboHelp project, cleaning up the Word document, working on the styles, and importing the Word document to RoboHelp. So let's talk about managing the RoboHelp project. So what happens is that, just for my understanding, I could have created it in two ways. One is obviously to create a project and create a folder based on that. The other is to have an import option where directly I can go and import a Word document. So let's try this one. So the first foremost is that before I do this, what I also wanted to tell you is you can do it in another way, which I felt it's a better way to do it, is let's go and create a blank project and have a folder. So we just call it, let's say, a name, so import demo. And then we sort of like keep it under one particular folder. If you want to give a title of the first topic, give it, otherwise just click finish. And then what happens is that it is basically now creating an XPJ project under the particular prescribed folder it is happening. Remember, the idea for us is that there are a lot of legacy content which is available. We just got up in a project we are doing where there's a lot of content which are in RTF and .docx as well as in MF files. So what we are trying to do is we are trying to import this in RoboHelp. The version that we are using in RoboHelp is 2018 and 2017, and the Word version we are using 2017. These are the latest versions, and we tend to actually look into this particular thing as well. Now take a look into the screen, and you have the project folder up here. So what I'm going to do is, just for my understanding and all that, I'm going to create a folder. Now, a lot of you can directly do it in this, but I'm just going to do an import, and I'm just going to create a folder in which I'm going to import the Word document. Now let's go back and open the Word document that I'm going to import. This is a sort of an application and all that sort of a thing happen. I don't want the cover page and all that. So first thing first, delete the cover page and all that. Alright, you may also not want the table of content to be there, so remove the table of contents from a particular period of time. So cover page is done, table of content is done. If there is any more thing, just see copyright details. We don't need a copyright detail. So right now what I'm doing is I'm cleaning up my Word project. So cleaning up is very, very essential and very, very important, because it takes care a lot of things that you may not want in online help and all that. So what I want to do right now is I just want to have the content which I basically probably want to start it from introduction to, a big basket. So what happens right now is you have introduction to big basket over here, which is there. You have the styles that have been applied to the document at this point of time. So when I go and I open the styles box, I see that I have applied some things like some styles, paragraph styles such as heading 2, heading 3, document heading 2 has been applied. I have applied the contact us, then there are features and all that. All the spacings that are there, they are very important for you to understand. You can obviously format this spacing out there when you import the RoboHelp project, but my suggestion to you would be do this right across the deliverable in your Word document only. So take care of all these particular things that are appearing over here. So now what happens is that what I'm doing is that I'm cleaning up the document, and it usually takes a lot of time. If you have any comments that you have given, if you don't need, you resolve it or delete the comment here. And lots of times client ask us to work on Word document, import them, give them a RoboHelp output, and give them the Word document once again. So it's up to user. The clients are always going to be the customers and everything sort of a thing, and you're supposed to deliver whatever they ask. Now, once you are done importing or cleaning up, bear it in mind, it's taking a little bit of time because obviously because it's a 8-page document, so you can very well understand. I'm doing a live video, so it takes a little bit of time to do all these things, but I hope you will bear any editing fallacies here. So now what happened is that once I have done all the customer related, and there's one more page out here which we need to take care of it. Why is there a breaking space? Might actually have, those blank spaces you might come in a Word document, which most of the time people do not understand. But so now I am done with this thing. So my suggestion to you would be just rename this document something. So like I'm just going to call it, let's say, Big Basket Import, just for my understanding, and I'm saving it as a .docx. All right. Remember, 2017 allows me to import .docx, RTF, and .doc, and a couple of other things. So I'm fine with this. So I saved it. Once you have saved it, I have generally noticed it is better to exit from the document. All right. And I come back to my Word document. I am in the import folder. So what I do is right click. When you right click on the import folder, a shortcut menu appears, and you get your import topics as well as you get your linking. Some other day I'll talk about linking in Word documents. So you click on import topics. When you click on import topics, a dialog box, import file dialog box appears, which allows me to import the document that I have cleaned up right now. So now you see .docx, .docm, .doc, and .rtf. So my file is .docx. I click and now the import dialog box clicks up. There is certain more other things that you have. You can also load settings from this thing. Click the browse button to import the settings file of ISF, or you can also click the edit button to actually take a look from the document that we have. Now what I'm trying to do here is I am trying to understand, before the final import of these styles happens in my document, I just need to ensure that this importing process that I am doing is probably fine. So the styles are mapped properly, they do not actually, and so the first thing is that you select this option, auto map paragraph styles in this Word 16 document to paragraph styles in the CSS project that I have right now for style mapping. The styles name should be same for automap to work. So that means in the paragraph styles that you display, note that the styles are all coming from my Word document and all that. You will have heading 1 here. You will have title TOCN, and you have these things here. Now this is what it looks like. This is what it looks like in RoboHelp and all. So what you do is that give them a pagination. If you want all these particular things to appear as a split topics. Now you have heading 2, you again make it a pagination, heading 3, any sort of editing style you want to do, you can do it right away. Nobody is going to stop you. You can just go and apply the edit style, auto map it, make whatever changes. You can do it later on also, but just saying that if you want to do it right away, you are more than welcome to do so. And then there are few more styles, but we just keep it like this and do an OK. And then next. And if you have a TOC, if you remember that I have removed the TOC from my Word document, if you had a TOC, you can directly link it to the by default TOC that you would be creating and add it to the existing TOC. If not, just keep it blank, same goes glossary and import in glossary, and just wait for this file to get imported. And it takes a bit of time, but it finally gets imported to this particular thing. Now you see all your topics. Right now, I actually did not delete the chapter and all that sort of a thing. I should have deleted the chapters and all that. But never mind. I hope that you understand. It was a live video, so I clearly forgot. But you see all your topics, all your things everywhere. And I also told you that, yeah, had we actually done this, this is the spacing, that paragraph spacing that we have that has been prescribed in the Word format. Now you go back to your import table of content, and what you can do is out here is that you can do an auto create TOC. So if you do an auto create TOC, you get your import, remove the first topic, and you get back your TOC. Of course, you can sort of like arrange it and all that sort of a thing. So once you get over there, you start working on it, make the changes and all that, and once you're done with it, go back to your output file, and you can go back and publish it to your Word document. So that's all that I wanted to show to you today about how do you import Word file to a RoboHelp, or how do you import Word file to a RoboHelp project. If you need more detailed, sort of a training, reach out to us, both in corporate as well as in consultations sort of related projects. Our coordinates are there in consultancy.com. Thanks for viewing the video. Thank you.